Welcome to our special live lesson today because it is December 30th, right before the new year. So I am going to quiz you today to see how well you know New Year's vocabulary. So as we go through the quiz, put your answer in the comment and also answer the questions because a lot of the quiz questions are also questions. So you can answer the question as well as give the answer to the quiz. All right, everyone, are you excited for the quiz? Do you know your New Year's vocabulary? Well, let's find out. Here is the first question. A goal for the new year is called a. This is hopefully an easy one for you. There's a special word for a goal specifically for the new year. Do you know what that word is? Always look to the grammar in a question to understand what you need. So if you see an article here is called a, you know you need a noun. So that noun is, I see some correct answers in the comments, and Happy New Year to you. Okay. Good try. Good try. Not a wish, but good try. Yes, you got it. It's a resolution. Many of the students knew that one. Awesome job, Azam. Woo, awesome. I'm very happy. Okay. A resolution. Now, you can say a New Year's resolution, but you don't have to. You can just say a resolution. Okay, great job, everyone. So keep track of your score as well as we go on. But remember, you're learning all of this at the same time. So this is where you can answer the quiz question and you can answer the question as well. So I can ask you, have you any New Year's resolutions? Remember, I can say any resolutions. I don't need to say New Year's. Any resolutions? And especially in mid to late December, everyone knows that you're talking about New Year's, so you don't need to. Okay. So we're looking for a verb. So I see some verbs here. I see some incorrect verbs though. Keep at it, keep at it. And I see some correct ones as well. Yeah, way to go, way to go. Have you made any New Year's resolutions? Because we're talking about for the new year, which is 2026 at the time of this recording. So have you made any resolutions? Okay. So answer the question as well. Have you made any resolutions? Do you have any goals for the new year? You can say, yes, I've made a resolution, or my resolution is, and then whatever your resolution is. Okay. Now, so put your answer in the comments as well. And when you get the correct verb, everyone did here, but you also need to conjugate it correctly, which everyone did. I'm very proud of everyone. Great job. Because we have you. So we need the present perfect. Have you made? So the third form. But the base verb is to make. So you make a resolution. You make a resolution. It's just like setting a goal, but we use the word make specifically with resolutions. Okay. So what is your resolution? Azam said he made a resolution. So what is it? Share it with us if you feel comfortable doing that. Happy New Year to you, Manuel. Okay. Learn English with Truvarka said, my New Year's resolutions are to learn English. Awesome. Drink water. That is an amazing resolution. Meditate and work out. Woohoo. Way to go. Awesome resolutions. My resolution is to become fluent in English. You've got this. Well, thank you very much. You are my favorite student. Okay. Yes, exactly, Manuel. Have you made? To be a fluent, almost native English speaker. You've got this. Okay. That's awesome, everyone. So what about this? So one student talked about working out, meditating, drinking more water, so health. Of course, for all my students here, you have this great goal of improving your English. A lot of people have goals of improving their health as well. I'm sure you do. My resolution, because remember, resolution is a noun. So you can use an article. Have you made any? I've made a resolution, but then after you can make it possessive. My resolution, my goal, my resolution is. Now, if you have more than one in the question, we don't. We just have one, but you would say my resolutions, plural, are, and then you would list them. So notice we have the infinitive is to cut on sugar. Oh, does this apply to you? Is this one of your resolutions, or do you think this should be one of my resolutions? Okay. Oh, I see off. I see on. I see down, off. Stay away from negative people. That's a good resolution for sure. No negativity here. Happy vibes only. What do you think, guys? I see off, cut, up, down, up, down, off, on. Prepositions are difficult in English because there is no logical reason. It's really a matter of memorization. Natalia got it. Cut down on. Cut down on. Yes, you cut down on something. Not cut off. You don't cut off sugar. A lot of people said off. Honestly, I could have said I did not, but thank you. I could have said back on. So there are two options, although I only have one as the correct option. Oh no, I said back. So you can cut down on or you can cut back on. Both of them are correct. Okay, so if you cut back on or cut down on, it means you reduce the amount. There's an alternative. It's not off, it's cut out. Cut out. So if you cut out sugar, but you don't use the preposition on, okay? So in 2026, I'm cutting out sugar. So this means I'm consuming 0 sugar. I'm just writing this for everyone. Okay. So I could say in 2026, I'm cutting out sugar. But that's not the same as what I wrote here. So if you cut something out, you remove it entirely. So you remove sugar from your diet. If you cut down on or cut back on, both of them are correct. So Adib said to cut down on, that just means to reduce. It doesn't mean eliminate. So if he smokes 5 cigarettes, well, then he might smoke 3 or 2, but not 0 because that would be cut out. All right. So you can use, to summarize, you can use back or down, but when you specify the noun sugar, you must use the second preposition on. But if someone says, you eat too much sugar, you should cut back, you should cut down. If you don't repeat the noun, you don't have to use on. All right, everyone. Great job. Yeah. So cut down on smoking, reduce the amount of the action. The action is smoking. I'll cut down on sugar. You'll reduce the amount you consume. Well done. Well done. Great job. All right. So is that a resolution for you? Or maybe your resolution is just to cut out entirely. I'm going to cut out sugar. I'm going to cut out sugar. Cut out sugar. I'm going to cut down on alcohol. I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to cut back on alcohol. Reduce it. Well done. Awesome. How about this one? Oh, how are you New Year's Eve? So I can ask you, Elodie or Amita, Manuel, how are you New Year's Eve? Hmm. How would you complete this question? What do you think? So remember, you do need a verb, but you need to conjugate your verb. All right. And not doing, because how I could ask you, oh, Fatih, how are you doing? That's like saying, how are you? But I wouldn't ask, how are you doing New Year's Eve? So, how are you celebrating? The verb is celebrate, but I can't say, how are you celebrate New Year's Eve? That's grammatically incorrect. So, yes, you have the correct verb, but it's not conjugated. So, you have to conjugate it. How are you celebrating New Year's Eve? Now, there are 3 correct verbs that I identified, but there are probably more. I would say celebrate would be the best choice. There are 2 others that I identified. This is one of them. How are you spending New Year's Eve? How are you spending? Because you can spend a holiday. How are you spending Christmas? How are you spending your birthday? How are you spending New Year's Eve? And then there's one more that is specific to New Year's that we do not use with Christmas, birthday, anniversary, vacation. We don't use it, but only for New Year's. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's very common on banners and cards. I don't see it here. Not passing. So, planning, no, you can change the question entirely and use plans. I could ask, what are your plans? But not the way that you used it. Not receiving, not ending. We use, maybe you've heard this before in movies, perhaps. Ringing in. Have you heard this? How are you ringing in New Year's Eve? This is a phrasal verb. To ring in is only used on New Year's Eve. Okay. And just know, what does this mean? It just means celebrate. So if someone says, how are you ringing in New Year's Eve? Or we're ringing in New Year's Eve at Times Square, for example. We're ringing in New Year's Eve with a big party. It just means celebrating. So you will see this a lot on cards, banners, movies, posters, but the most common would be either spending or celebrating. All right. So those are your options, but remember to conjugate your verb. You have to conjugate your verb. We have how are. So I know it's in the present continuous. So that's why the verb is in ing. It's not the gerund verb, it's the ing form to match the present continuous. We are ringing in New Year's. We are ringing in the new year at home with family. That sounds amazing. A great way to ring in the new year. Okay. Okay, everyone. Eve does not mean event. It means the night before. So for example, Christmas Eve. In English holidays, in North American holidays, we have Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Eve represents the night, not the day, always the night before. So Eve is probably short for evening. evening, and then we shorten it to eve. But nice question. I like that. I like how you're thinking, oh, that's short for event. I like that. Very clever. But the night before, the night before. And are you enjoying this quiz? Are you learning a lot? Are you having fun? Are you challenging yourself? Are you testing your English? If you're enjoying it, put yes, yes, yes in the comments. And of course, like this lesson, subscribe so you're notified every time I post a new lesson as well. So put yes, yes, yes in the comments. And also, you can get this free speaking guide. I have it available on my website. So just go to my website, enter your name and email if you want to become fluent in English. If that's one of your goals for the new year, well, then this shares the exact steps that you can take to do that. And if you want to absolutely reach your goal and you want my personal support, you can get that in the Finally Fluent Academy. So this is my program where I work directly with students. You'll get a full course curriculum, the training, the guidance, and support that you need to reach your goal. So you can go to my website to learn more about becoming my personal student. And let's keep going with our quiz. And woohoo, we have lots of students enjoying the lesson. Let's go. Absolutely. Let's do this. Get some excitement going. It's the new year. Woohoo. Okay, everyone, our next quiz question. What are you doing New Year's Eve? Okay. What are you doing? So here, our question, what are you doing tonight? What are you doing tomorrow? So this is the present continuous. In the past, I would say, what did you? What did you do yesterday? What did you do last night? Okay. So New Year's Eve. I see a lot of answers coming in. Now, technically, there are two correct answers. Does anyone know what the second correct answer is? Awesome, Monsoon. What are you doing on New Year's Eve? There's another one. One student got it. 4. Does anyone know why? That might seem like maybe a weird one. Candy got it. So Candy, can you explain the reason? Hidaki, can you explain the reason? Elodie, what's the reason? So you can say on because New Year's Eve is on December 31st. If I just asked you, what are you doing in December? That would be in because we use in for month in December. But when you have month plus day, we use on. What are you doing on January 5th? What are you doing on December 31st? It doesn't matter what the day is. So this isn't related to the word New Year's Eve. It's related to the fact that New Year's Eve represents December 31st. And when we have month plus day, we use on. Okay. And the reason, what about 4? 4? Hidaki got it. New Year's Eve is also an event. Exactly. So same thing, we could use this Christmas, birthday, anniversary. What are you doing for your birthday? Because your birthday is an event. What are you doing for Christmas? Christmas is an event. So you can use for because New Year's Eve is an event. But with a calendar day, December 31st, January 5th, April 22nd, does not matter what, you would use on. Okay. Yeah. What are you doing for New Year's Eve? What are you doing for New Year's Eve? They're more talking about the event. But either way, you can use them interchangeably because they represent the event and the calendar date. All right, everyone, you're doing such a great job. Our next question. Oh, this is a great question. Now, notice I'm using for on the same reason as before. I'm either referring to it as the event or the calendar date. Are you dressing for New Year's Eve? Are you dressing on New Year's Eve on December 31st? Hmm. Okay, I see some correct answers here. I see some correct answers. Dressing up. Dressing up. So just remember that if you just use the verb dress, are you dressing? It just means to put on clothes. But when you dress up, and then you have to conjugate your verb. So here it's conjugated in the present continuous because, again, are you? That's the present continuous. So that's why the verb dress is in ing. Are you dressing up for the event or on the day? Now, to dress up means that you're wearing fancier than normal clothes. So there is no correct thing that you must wear. You do not have to wear a suit or a tuxedo or a dress, but it just means fancier than normal clothes. Okay. So, New Year's is a fun time to get dressed up. So, what about you? Are you dressing up for New Year's? Are you dressing up on New Year's? If you're staying home with your family, maybe you will, maybe you won't. If you're going out, maybe you will, maybe you won't. So, what about you? Are you dressing up? Okay. So let's see what our next question is. I don't know if this is no to dressing up or not. Yes, you can think of it as dressing classy, classy for sure. For sure. Let's keep going. Our next question. Oh, Niley, yes, I'm dressing up on New Year's for a picnic. Very nice. Why not? That sounds awesome. Very nice. Definitely, Natalia. I usually dress up for New Year's and put on a fancy outfit and jewelry. That sounds amazing. Great job. Oh, this is interesting. In Brazil, you would say we wear white clothes for New Year's Eve. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. We wear white clothes for New Year's Eve. Ah, Manuel, classy, classy, a black suit. You can't get any classier than that. Ah, I like this. I will be dressed as a nurse because I work night shifts. You can wear your fanciest scrubs on New Year's or put on a little bow tie if you want. Okay, our question. Many people like to watch the ball on New Year's Eve. This is specific in my part of the world. This is specific to New York City, Times Square. I don't know. There could be other, maybe in Tokyo, maybe in other major cities where they have an area like Times Square. So let me know if you have this somewhere else in the world, but I'm thinking of New York. Many people like to watch the ball on New Year's Eve. This might be a little bit of a trick because it's specific to American culture, but let me know what would be the culture for you. But in American culture, we would say, yes, drop, drop. Yeah, exactly. To watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve. But again, this is very specific to Times Square, New York City. I don't know if this is something that you have as a tradition, but in North America, this is definitely a tradition. And most people watch it on TV because it's very difficult to actually go to Times Square in New York. So it's just there's this big tower and there's a ball and it literally drops as the countdown is going. So you can watch last year's ball drop if you want. Okay. But great job. A lot of people got it. That's awesome. Let's keep going. What is our next question? Where? Down the minutes until 2026. And you could replace the word minutes with days or hours. Days or hours. Where? Down the minutes until 2026. So you would say this when there's probably 25 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But if it were hours, then of course, or days, you would change it to whatever it is. Ah, great job, everyone. Yes, you got it. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you can say right now we still have one more day. So I guess I could say hours, but I would say days as well. Minutes, it would be too many minutes at this point. But great job. And almost everyone conjugated the verb. So, yes, the phrasal verb is to count down something. So, look at the sentence structure. We have to count down. Count is your verb that you conjugate. Right now is conjugated in the present continuous. That's why we have we are counting down. The preposition is down, and then you have a time reference, the minutes, the days, the hours. You could say months or years. Let's say you're waiting for a future event like your retirement. Your retirement might be 5 years away, or your wedding might be 2 years away, something important. Your graduation might be 3 years away. And then until something, until the new year, until 2026, until I retire, until I get married, whatever it is. Yeah. So we're counting down because the amount of time is going down. We're counting down the minutes until 2026. And then, of course, you do not need the subject we. You could say I'm counting down the days until I fly to Hawaii or whatever your event is. Okay. That's a great one to have for New Year's. Awesome job, everyone. Let's keep going. Our next question, everyone got this? Counting. I'm just hanging at home. So if someone asks you, what are you doing on New Year's? What are you doing for New Year's? What are your plans? How are you celebrating? How are you ringing in the new year? Remember, there were lots of different ways you can ask the question. How are you celebrating New Year's? If you're like, oh, there are so many ways, just use celebrate. How are you? How are you? Not what are you? How are you celebrating New Year's or New Year's Eve? And then you can answer this. I think most students know this one. So does this describe you, or do you have a party to go to? Do you have a big event? Out, out, out. Exactly. Out. So you hang out at a location. You could say, I'm hanging out at my friend's house. I'm hanging out at my parents' house. So it doesn't have to be your house. But if it is your house, notice it's just at home. You could say at my house, but it would be more common for a native speaker just to say at home. I'm just hanging out at home. Just hanging out at home. How are you celebrating New Year's? I'm hanging out at home. Okay, there are other ways of saying it, but this is a very common one. Does this describe you? Is this what you're doing? Yes, you can absolutely say, I'm hanging out with, you can hang out with people. I'm hanging out with my friends, with my family, for example. Okay, and it just means you're spending time with. You're spending time with those people for social purposes. Now, hanging out at, it means you're spending time at a location. And again, for social purposes. I love hanging out at home. That's awesome. Great way to ring in the new year. Ah, that describes me. Great way of saying that. That describes me. I'm just hanging out at home. And then if someone says that, you could reply back and say, yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, me too. Or that describes me. I like that. Well said. Let's keep going. Our next question. Does this describe you? I can't believe how fast 2025 by. Ooh, does this describe you? This certainly describes me. Ah, remember, you need to find the missing word. So think, what type of word do I need? Do I need a preposition, an article, a noun, a verb? And then if you need a noun, singular, plural. If you need a verb, what conjugation? If you need an article, which one? So think what you need and then think how to make it correct. Okay. So I can't believe how fast 2025. You could say, I can't believe how fast this year, because we're still in 2025. I can't believe how fast 2025 went by, flew by, went by, flew by. So, you know the expression time flies. You probably know that expression, time flies. So, someone might say, wow, I can't believe it's already December 30th. And then they say, yeah, time flies. Time flies. It means time goes very quickly. Time flies. Or you might say something like, I can't believe I've been working here for 5 years. Time flies. Time flies. So that's just a general statement. Time flies. Flies is conjugated in third person because time is your subject. It flies. It flies. Time flies. Time goes so quickly. Now, you can also use the verb go. Time goes quickly. So, because of that, this sentence structure is the time reference and then your verb in the past. 2025 went by, flew by. Okay, so to go by. Exactly. Time flies. Time never waits. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, you might say, oh, I'll just do it later. Time never waits. Time never waits. I like that. Well said. Okay. Time flies. Exactly. Exactly. You can say pass by. A lot of students say pass by. You could say pass by. I would say the standard would be the ones I gave, but you can absolutely add pass by to this list as well. But just remember time goes. So the verb is to go, and that's why I have went in the past simple. And then in an idiomatic way, you can use time flies, and that's why flew is the past of fly. Okay. But yeah, you can use, I can't believe how fast 2025 passed by. Time, guys, time goes by so fast. Exactly. That's a great one to have in your vocabulary. Let's keep going. It's important to reflect your actions in 2025. Ooh, this sounds like something in a fortune cookie, perhaps. So in 2025, it just represents the past year since we're at the end of the year. So, what are we missing here? Are we, again, ask yourself those questions. Are we missing an article, a noun, a verb, an adjective, a preposition? So, you have to think what part of speech, and then is there different conjugations or different forms of that word? Great job, Soraya. Oh, I didn't click your name in time. Preposition. Yes, we need a preposition. It's important to reflect I think everyone got it right. Wow. On. Yes, yes. Great job, everyone. So with the verb reflect, it requires the preposition on. You reflect on something. Now, in this case, the something is your actions in 2025. You need to reflect on your goals. You need to reflect on your actions. You need to reflect on your behavior, reflect on your progress, things like that. Okay, yes. Awesome job, everyone. So that's a great, you don't have to use this just for New Year's. Of course, reflect on is a very common expression outside of New Year's. Great job, everyone. What does it mean if you're asking about reflect on? It means that you just need to think about your actions, consider them. So you think about them and then you analyze them, you judge them, you think about what you did well, what you could improve on. So that would be reflect on. Think about in a critical way, an analytical way. No, about doesn't work. Sometimes different prepositions work. So some verbs have multiple prepositions that work. So we saw cut back on, cut down on. Both of those prepositions work. And sometimes it's confusing because you think about your actions, but you reflect on your actions. Okay, so just when you memorize a verb, don't just memorize the verb, memorize the entire sentence structure that you need. So you need reflect on something. Okay, great questions, everyone. Let's keep going. I'm proud to say I stuck my goals in 2025. Now, I could change the word goals to resolutions. Remember that goals are just more general, but we only use resolutions to talk about goals you make right now. December 30th, December 31st, January 1st, January 2nd. Those are resolutions. But in July, in November, even maybe in November, it's pretty close to the new year. It just depends. But other times of the year, we just use the word goals. Okay. So I'm proud to say I stuck. I think most students know we need a preposition. So what preposition do we need? To or with. This is one of those confusing words where you can have multiple prepositions. So we definitely don't want on. You stuck on my goals? No. Not stuck off. So sometimes just certain ones don't work. In, on don't work. Okay. You can stick to something, which means you continue doing it. You can stick with something, exactly the same meaning. I don't know why that in this case, two prepositions are acceptable. It's just the way it is. So you can just memorize one if you want, but just remember if you hear other people use a different one, you know that they're both correct. So stick to something or you can stick with someone. So of course, your teacher would say, I know learning English can be frustrating, can be difficult. English grammar can be confusing, but just stick with it. It represents English or learning English. Just stick with it. Just stick to it. Okay. Or if you create a diet for yourself. So a diet is a list of foods you're going to eat, the amount you're going to eat, the times you're going to eat, for example. So you can say, someone can say, just stick to your diet, stick with your diet. So keep doing it, continue it, don't quit. Okay. Yeah, stick with, stick to. So the verb is great question. The verb is stick. But because I'm viewing in this, I'm viewing 2025 as complete. Yes, I understand technically we still have 1 or 2 more days, but I'm viewing 2025 as complete. So I'm saying in 2025, which is over, I stuck to my goals. So I'm viewing it as the past. I stuck to my goals last year. I will stick to my goals this year. This year being 2026. Again, we're 1 day away. I will stick to my goals. I stuck to my goals. Okay. So stuck is the past simple. I'll stick because it's the future simple. I will. I'll stick with it. With it being the goals. Yeah. And as advice, your friend might say, oh, this diet is just so hard. I'm really craving chocolate. And then your friend says, just stick to your diet or just stick to your goals. Just stick with your diet. Just stick with your goals. They're the same. Okay. Great job, everyone. So remember, stick is the verb to stick to stick with, and then you conjugate your verb stick. I stuck to my goals last year. Awesome, everyone. How about this? Don't give your goals too quickly. So this is the same as or similar to what the student said, just stick to your goals. So don't give, it's just a different way of saying it, but don't give. What do we need? Do we need a verb, noun, preposition, article? What do we need? Okay. So you have your answer, but then read it. Don't give up your goals too quickly. Hmm. What do you guys think? Don't give up your goals. Don't give up your goals. I see someone who wrote the correct answer. I now see 2 students who wrote the correct answer. 3, 4, 5. Don't give up on. Natalia got it. Some other students got it as well. Great job, everyone. Because I said your goals. You're absolutely correct. If I just said, don't give up. You've got this. Just add some more encouragement. You've got this. So let's say my friend or you're saying, oh, learning English is so difficult. I would say to you, I'm just putting this on the screen. Don't give up. You've got this. You don't have to say the next part, but don't give up because I didn't specify the something. The something is your goals. When you specify the noun, you need the second preposition on. Don't give up on your goals. But if someone just says, oh, this diet is so hard, I would say, don't give up. Don't give up on your diet. Okay. So if you don't include the noun, we only use one preposition, up. And that's why you just instantly wrote up because it's very common to just say don't give up because the context is obvious. Double preposition, up, on, plus noun. Okay. Remember that. Remember that, everyone. Yes, I love this. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. Great one. Well said. I'll never give up on my goals. Woohoo. I love that. And yes, great question. Give up is quit. So you quit, you just abandon, you stop doing. Exactly. Quit or abandon. All right, everyone. How about this? I hope I can my bad habits this year. Hmm. There could be multiple things. I identified one correct option, but it just depends. Could be more. We'll see what you say and I'll let you know. So I hope I can. So notice I hope, and then you use a clause. I hope I can. I hope I pass my IELTS, for example. I hope I can. Hmm. I like this. Some interesting answers. There's lots that could be correct. Okay. Now I'll share what I said because so far I don't see it. I hope I can break my bad habit. So, with specifically the word habit and a bad habit, we talk about breaking a bad habit. It's hard to break a habit. So the verb that goes with it to complete it, we call this a collocation, a verb and noun combination, or two words that go together. So you break a bad habit. You break a bad habit. Get rid of, I understand what you mean, but most native speakers would not use get rid of with a habit. You get rid of like an old shirt or you get rid of clutter. So you get rid of physical objects, but I wouldn't use get rid of with a bad habit. Okay. Now you can absolutely eliminate. You can eliminate a bad habit. Yes. You can overcome a bad habit. Yes. You can stop a bad habit. Yes. Throw away, again, is used with more physical things. So throw away, get rid of, those are used with more physical things. I don't remember if I said stop, but you can stop a bad habit. Yes. Okay. You can quit a bad habit. Yes. Recorrect, it's probably more of a direct translation. Get over, no, not used with a bad habit. Okay, so break is how a native speaker would use it. It's just when I hear a habit and it's bad, you break a habit. But you can also use other verb forms or verb choices. You can stop, you can quit, you can eliminate as well. Okay. And yeah, you build good habits. You build positive habits, good habits, beneficial habits. Yes, you can build a habit. Good one. So just remember, you have to break a bad habit. You have to break a bad habit. How about this? Many people dream traveling more in the new year. Uh, don't break up. Break up has different meanings. With a romantic relationship, if you break up, it means you end a romantic relationship. Break up can mean you take one whole things and you divide it into smaller things, but it is not used with a bad habit. So just break, not break up. Okay. So is it of? Is it about? What do you guys think? Is it of, about? Students, we have about 50-50 of, about. And then there's some could be from other questions as well. Of, about. Huh. What do you guys think? Well, I put of and then I put about in parentheses because about is grammatically correct, but the meaning is not the same. I think the meaning of, so you always look to context. If I was writing an exam And the question said there is only one correct choice, I would choose of. Okay. But technically, both of these sentences are grammatically correct. The meaning is not the same. So, what is the meaning? In Keep in mind, in the other prepositions I taught, where there were two prepositions, the meaning was the same. But sometimes the meaning changes with a different preposition. Just like pick up, pick out. They're totally different, right? So in this case, they're not, they are different. So if you dream of, well, let's talk about dream about. So I might ask you, what did you dream about last night? What did you dream about last night? First thing in the morning, I love asking my husband, what did you dream about last night? Because I usually remember my dreams and I have pretty crazy dreams most nights. So I love asking other people about their dreams. What did you dream about last night? I would not ask my husband, what did you dream of last night? Because they're different. The meaning is not the same. So to ask someone when they're asleep and they dream, we use the preposition about. Okay. So to dream about would be I'm sleeping, and then Hawaii, Brazil, Tokyo, Paris, all of these different countries are in my dream. Okay. Dream of is like this. Oh, I'd love to go to Paris. Oh, I can't wait to see Tokyo one day. So, dream of is you're conscious. You're consciously thinking about it, and they're more aspirations. Dream about, you're unconscious, you're asleep. So, that's the difference. Yeah, dream of means really wanting, their aspirations. Okay. So what did you dream about last night? And which country do you dream of visiting the most in 2026? Ooh, that could be a good question to answer. What if we replace dream with dreaming? Well, many people you need dream grammatically, but you could use dreaming if the sentence structure required the ing form. So I could ask you, are you dreaming of? Or in a statement form, you can say, I'm dreaming of visiting or traveling to, for example. Okay. I dream of visiting the US. Yes, exactly. So you really want to. It's an aspiration. It's not while you're asleep. But when you wake up in the morning, you can tell your spouse or your family, I had the craziest dream last night. I dreamt about visiting the US, for example. Okay, how about this? All I you all the success and prosperity in 2025. Oh, sorry. I wrote the wrong day. I don't know about you, but for the first month of the new year, I often write the wrong year. So well, I could, of course, we still have one day left, but this should be for 2026. Okay, so what is the correct answer? This was easy, right? Wish. Not hope, though. Hope and wish require different sentence structures. So in this case, wish. Way to go, everyone. Wish. I wish you something. I wish you success. I wish you good luck. So you wish someone something. Okay. I wish you all the success and prosperity in 2026 in the new year. And this is a very common thing to say to someone. Now, how about this? Again, I forgot to change it. You have a successful and prosperous, you have a successful and prosperous 2026. Or, you can say, so I can say 2026. Another common one is you can say, let me just write this. Oh, wow. Lots of year ahead. You have a successful and prosperous year ahead. So ahead means in the future. Okay. So year ahead. I hope you have, I just gave the answer. I hope. I hope you have a great day ahead. A great day ahead. A great day ahead. So you can add that. It's not the most common, but you can add that. So this sentence structure requires hope because you hope someone has or does something. Okay, I hope you have. I hope you have. Yeah, exactly. So some student, Gail said, I hope you had, because this would be in the past because 2025 is over. But Gail, I meant it in the future, but I just wrote 2025 and 2026. I'm going to do that a lot for the next month. But you're absolutely right. If you are talking about a past event, I hope you had a successful and prosperous 2026 or 2025. Because just like you would say, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great birthday, but it's in the past. Excellent job. Thank you for saying that. Okay. Final question. And perfect time, 2 minutes left. Final question. I'm committed my English in 2026. And I got it right, 2026. And I'm just realizing now that there are 2 correct answers, but I only put 1. I see 1 correct answer, but it's not the one I wrote. So I'm committed my English in 2026. What do you guys think about this? Or what do you think about this? Or this? What do you guys think? So I'll share 1 correct answer that I did not provide is simply 2. 2. This is correct. I did not have that, but this is correct. Just 2. I'm committed to my English in 2026. I'm committed to my goals in 2026. I'm committed to my resolutions in 2026. But let's say you want an action, you want a verb, okay? What would you say? So that's 1 correct answer. What's the second correct answer? So 1 correct answer is 2. I'm committed to my English in 2026. The other correct answer is improving, to improving. So if you use a verb, the verb is in ing. And that's because to functions as a preposition. So the sentence structure is to be committed to plus noun or gerund. This is the model, the sentence structure. So you take this and then you provide the information. So of course you begin a sentence with a subject. So let's use she. Okay? So she, how would you continue on? She. I'm giving you just the word she. How would you complete this sentence? She. Let's see. Well, you take your subject and then you need to follow the model that I have on the screen. Well, this isn't the full model. You only gave part of it. She's committed to improving her English. Exactly. So we have she is. Oh, they're going so fast. It's hard. When I try to click on one, it's gone. She is. So our verb to be. She is. Your verb is conjugated with the subject, just like I am, she is. Committed is always in the ed form because it functions as an adjective. It describes her state. She is committed. Now we add to, and then if we use an action, it's in the ing form, improving her English in 2026. You might say she is committed to becoming fluent in 2026, for example. So you can use a different verb, but when you use a different verb, it still needs to be in the ing form. Now, you can also use a noun. So, not every sentence, but many sentences in English, you can take the exact same sentence structure and change it. So, in this case, I can change it to she is committed to her fluency, because fluency is the noun form of the verb fluent, or of fluent, but you need becoming fluent. So I can use the noun form. She is committed to, but as a noun, I need an article. So I'm going to use a possessive pronoun, her fluency in 2026. Because remember, you can use a gerund verb or a noun. Yeah, you can absolutely say she's committed to improving her fluency in 2026. Awesome job, because you're using the verb improve. Excellent job. I am so happy about this. I am committed, to improving my vocabulary. Exactly. She is committed to expanding her vocabulary. We're committed to becoming fluent. I don't know why all the examples aren't following the model I gave. But anyway, you need the verb in ing exactly like I explained. All right, everyone. Make sure you get your free speaking guide. Go to my website, enter your name and email, and download it. It will be emailed directly to you. And also, if you are committed to becoming fluent in 2026 and you want my personalized support, then you can join the Finally Fluent Academy to get the training, guidance, and support that you need. So you can go to my website as well to learn more. And Happy New Year 2026. I'm counting down the days, I'm counting down the hours, and I'm very excited to work with all of you and help you improve your fluency in 2026 and beyond. I wish you an amazing New Year's celebration, sending you so much love and joy and happiness and prosperity to all of you. Bye, everyone. Happy New Year. Woohoo. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's go. Happy New Year. Amazing. All right, everyone. Bye. Happy New Year.